All right, let's go ahead and talk about super bosses yet again. Now, I did make this discussion video when the part 1 of the Global Dokkan campaign was still ongoing. We had a very good idea. Part 2 was Omega Shenron, and of course we did end up getting him and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Then we received more and more content, and whilst I do think that Super Boss's team is still pretty decent overall, we all kind of expected that it would likely get more help, which it didn't end up getting, at least from what we know so far. So I want to go ahead and re-talk about super bosses again. Now, again, in this original video, I kind of ended off with super bosses will probably get more help, but at the end of the day, it's not the best team in the world. And it, whilst it could clear all the content that was at that moment, I think that just to be sure, we could always get more options for the team. I feel like now, with how the content has evolved, with part 2 dropping on the 23rd, about a few days after this, both the Omega Shenron team, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta team, and the Blues team all are considerably better than the Super Bosses team. I mean, I don't think we really have to go too far into it. These are two categories here. One of them is the 10th anniversary category that was buffed extremely well this year. Future Saga has a lot of options, including a lot of the Goku Black's team options, but also got Vegeta and Trunks, really good. Physical VB, super easy A. And then, even though you can count just these 3 characters, we look at Fused Fighters, we got another Dokkan Fest LR here, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas, the 3 of them during this year that could fit in this team, the Tech LR Gods, Super Gogeta STR is even a decent option, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, the Year 10 LRs, and Count Caulifla. Like, this team is pretty stacked, honestly, with a bunch of really good characters. Future Saga Blues team is really good, right? All things considered. We take a look here at the GT Heroes team. I mean, it's pretty much on this screenshot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 whole characters added to the GT Heroes team, including the fact that during the anniversary we got 2 characters as well, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and the Easy A for the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta from the 7th anniversary. Then we even have these 2 Easy A's from the EX part. So in reality, how many characters is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, did I count right? 3, 4, 5, 10. Yeah, 13 characters. So that plus the fact that we have these 2 Easy A's upcoming next year, like GT Heroes is in a pretty good spot. Super bosses, right? We take a look at what this team is. I mean, 3 whole categories, but nonetheless, let's take a look at just GT bosses individually. We got, okay, let's start from Omega. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters added to this team. Baby and the GT Goku can't really be used a lot, but we have these characters here. But then we also have another 2 categories that we could select from, including Goku Black himself, this Goku Black and that guy. We go ahead and include Buhan on this team, Int Fat Boo's on this team. We could take a look here at, okay, that's pretty much it there. Even STR Cell in certain options. Tech Cell does not fit this team, unfortunately, but that would be really nice if he did. There's a lot of characters here that are actually decently usable on this team, and GT Bosses and as a whole team itself is really good. I mean, Agil Omega Shenron is actually a pretty decent option now. This guy's like best TUR. This is arguably like the best free-to-play unit. This is arguably also like a best free-to-play character, like these 2 right here. Then STR Omega is incredibly good debuffer. And then this guy is really good with the rest of the team as well, and plus all the other sub options you could run. But then we take a look at super bosses, right? Super bosses. We got the tech clones, all the clones here. Huge addition. The clones came out, they were able to do really well in the part 1 content. But when we compare it to how the other teams ended up and a lot of the other content that released, a lot of the clones' weaknesses, I think, are very visible. Although a lot of the clones are like Dokkan Fest TUR level, Dokkan Fest TURs themselves, like even Path Park, or I said Path Park, but like AGL Kid Goku, Tao, like you could see weaknesses in those characters with these new events. Every character has weaknesses, of course, but like these teams have a lot of other strong options as well. Whilst this team is like, Zamasu Goku's decent, but I'm not putting him on the same level for the most part as the in Shadow Dragons or on like the physical no, or I said physical, the STR Nova Shenron. Hello Rose is really good, right? These guys are nice supplements to the team and huge additions. It's just we needed these two characters to probably be a little better, or like, you know, Angel Rose could be really good, but again, we need like staple on rotation characters. I think that can be much more consistent. I do like Angel Rose, right? But we could use someone like in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. If we talk about youth, even like maybe these guys, or we could even say for Future Saga, you know, Fuse Fighters, there's a lot of other characters that are top tier there. This team doesn't have something like that. We got into Fusion Zamasu, but this guy didn't really fill the role that's needed to be a super mega powerful on rotation character. He's good, but again, it feels like he's just another supplement character. You could run Broly Trio, but Broly Trio again feels like a supplement character. Like, we're not filling this team up with Dokkan Fest and Carnival LRs like everywhere. Well, like, you know, even like Super Bosses has like Carnival LR, Agio, Omega Shenron. Super Bosses, you know, has some of these other options from like, at least it has 3 leader skills, right? That we could grab from 3 different teams. Like you get Rose Goku Black here, you get Omega Shenron here, you get like Best T-War Sin Shenron here, right? I mean, Omega's team has a lot of the Rose team options, except it's just also like a bunch of other characters, right? And that's the issue with Super Bosses, is that we don't have the mega amount of characters as options. And the clones, we kind of like not consider these 5 right here. These are just alternate arts, or these 5 right here, they're just alternate arts. So once we get these guys, like STR clones, like kind of not the greatest. All of them are situational. Like int clone against AoEs isn't really looking that great. Physical clone, tech clone, and AGL clone can all be decent, but the fact that they all really rely on each other really hurts this team too. And then you have again Fusion Zamasu and Broly Trio. Like you could throw them on the team, but just kind of weird. Hit doesn't link well. Super Bosses has always just been a weird team, but man, it's like, you know, physical Rose is not there. Cell Max actually using the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fight. And again, Super Bosses is a team that can clear most content in the game still. It's just when we compare it to how the rest of these teams ended up at, even like Youth is probably in a little bit of a better spot. Unfortunately, like again, because this is also another 3 leader skill team, man. I mean, we got Super Saiyan 2 Go on for the anniversary. We got Carnival Super Saiyan 3 Go tanks. You know, this guy has like guaranteed dodge at least right there, right? Beast Gohan's there, it's usable. You know, we got Path Park Kid Goku, AGL Kid Goku, Pan. Both of these pans right here. Defenders of Justice, you could kind of throw AGL Jiren, I guess, on the team. But we might be getting like a Videl, like Peppy Gal's character this month, potentially. Like this team, you know, obviously is also way better in terms of aging Hybrid Saiyans. Like, and Youth, honestly, gets quite a lot of characters nowadays, honestly. So, Super Bosses needs the extra help. And that's kind of just where I'm gonna talk about. Again, I did bring this tweet up here. Now that we can look back at the celebration, Future Saga getting 4 ECAs whilst GT only got 11 is very crazy. And you know, Future Saga in general could be better, but again, even though we bring up some of these Future Saga ECAs, that can happen, man. Like Ajo Trunks doesn't fit the team, Tech Androids, you could do leader skill shenanigans, but no. These guys won't fit the Super Bosses team. This guy's not going to fit Super Bosses, of course. This guy won't, and then this guy won't. It's like, still, Super Bosses, like, even when you look at upcoming ECAs, it's not really the greatest, but there's still a decent amount of options that we could get regarding super bosses in terms of new releases. So what I'm hoping for is that we will see super bosses get a bunch of different characters that could get other forms of representation. I mean, if we take a look at something here, for example, Frieza. Frieza, we don't have a Resurrection F super bosses Frieza character. I think that what if they introduce, for example, we know that in fact, I'm gonna bring up Misaka's chart here, like again the EZA chart. It's very easy to just kind of look at what I'm talking about when I bring it up here. But this one right here, we know that there's a bunch of Frieza EZAs upcoming. This guy, unfortunately, the physical angel Golden Frieza is not on super bosses, but like he's a character that's a Frieza character, of course. Like duh. I feel like I said that was like someone's watching like no shit, right? AGO Golden Frieza, STR Cooler, like all these kind of Frieza EZAs lining up a little. Tech Golden Frieza. A lot of people do want Namek Frieza. I think I also would really like Namek Frieza. But a super boss's Frieza character and then give him big bad bosses. Like they could do that. They could give him big bad bosses. I mean, they gave the Zamasu side of the card big bad bosses. They didn't need to, but they gave him big bad bosses here. And we know that they didn't need to give him big bad bosses because they changed link sets with these characters quite a bit, right? For example, this guy right here, like All in the Family and everything like that. Like All in the Family, I think Saiyan Warrior Race, Kamehameha as well, I believe is changed from this character. They get Innocence Prodigy's Budding Warrior. Like you guys kind of see that. They could have given Zamasu some other link, but they gave him big bad bosses. Gave Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Saiyan Roar. Imagine a Golden Frieza with big bad bosses. Like, okay, like let's take a look at Resurrection F Golden Frieza. Just as an example, right? Maybe instead of one of these Resurrection F links, like Resurrection F here, none of these characters are on superheroes, except for, is Krillin even on superheroes? I think he's on movie heroes instead. Yeah, so like maybe the Dragon Ball Super, like the superhero variants of these characters, don't give them this Resurrection F link and give this guy big bad bosses instead, or even Super God Combat. Like, imagine this character, they give him Nightmare and big bad bosses instead of these two links here. Like that would be really awesome. Or a Cooler, like what links does Cooler specifically potentially have? Let's take a look here. Thirst for Conquest maybe could be a really good team. Like Link Metamorphosis wouldn't make sense maybe, but like Thirst for Conquest as well. Like yeah, imagine Thirst for Conquest, big bad bosses. But then okay, let's imagine him with big bad bosses as well. Big bad bosses, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. This guy does not have Fear and Faith if I'm not mistaken, but again, that could be a really good link set. Fear and Faith, I don't recall how many Friezas may have this link. I don't think any really do. Yeah, I mean, some of them do, like first form, second form Frieza, Mecha Frieza, but that's kind of really the only Friezas that have this link. But I think like a Dragon Ball Super Frieza with big bad bosses could actually be huge for this team. Make him like a mega tank on rotation character. I think like that would be really crazy. Or even like just another team for super bosses. Like let's say we get base form Goku Black. If we take a look at all the Goku Blacks that are available, base form Goku Black doesn't have anything, and a lot of people wouldn't really like be like, okay, I feel like a lot of people would hear that and be like, another Goku Black, really? But if you really think about it, base form Goku Black has had very, very little. The last actual base from Goku Black that released as a like Dokkan Fest or LR character is the Int one. We got this banner unit one, which, you know, it would have been really cool for him to receive an EZA during the celebration. Like he has some decent animations, but everything from like the first, second episode of Dragon Ball Super in the Future Trunks saga, like it's very little. And even then, like this guy doesn't really do too much. Like he does these Ki Blasts here. The Memories of Bloodshed is what it's called. But imagine like this Black Power Ball, this could be redone from his fight against Goku as well. This could very easily be redone, or even when he's fighting Trunks I think does the SSR have a different animation here? I think it's just the same thing here, yeah, as the TY version, but the TY version actually does do the black powerball at the end. Funny enough, they do call it Memories of Bloodshed again. This is not loading here for some reason. The int one, I guess, just doesn't want to load, but you guys get the point. Like the black powerball or a lot of these other moves that base from Goku Black does. It could be a transforming Rose Goku Black. We don't have a transforming Rose, or maybe we could even get a Zamasu. When's the last time like we got a Dokkan Zamasu or LR Zamasu? Is this AGL Zamasu right here? This guy. I mean, I guess you can. This guy counts, right? The new one, but imagine like a Zamasu. Think about this, chat. Give him big bad bosses too. They probably wouldn't, but imagine giving him big bad bosses, and then it's a Zamasu that uses the Dragon Balls to turn into Zamasu Goku, and then loses legendary power. Give him big bad bosses. I think that would be pretty peak. Or it's even he wishes with the Dragon Balls and then becomes Goku Black, or just a straight up Goku Black base form Dokkan Fest. Then we can get LR Goku Black and Zamasu Super Easy A. We can get Fusion Zamasu Super Easy A. We can get base form Goku Black Awakening. Like if it's a Zamasu into Zamasu Goku or something like that. Like that could be really cool. That could be really awesome, honestly. 2 buff super bosses specifically. We could also get a Fury Broly, but I'm not really sure how much that would help this kind of team at this point. This team, what it needs is Goku Black characters with big bad bosses. Because I mean, unless it's like a character that provides mega support, losing big bad bosses could be pretty devastating. It would have to be a slot 1 mega tank character that provides a ton of support. And then you get big bad bosses from the floaters. Because the clones, they can still rock. It's just that you're forcing them to be in slot 1 sometimes. You're forcing them to be in a lot of dangerous situations. And I feel like not only does the HP of the team lack a little, but the damage of the team lacks. Like the clones are good supplements, but they're not going to be characters that'll make the team if we're comparing it to the other hardest fights in the game. So that's where we're at with super bosses. Unfortunately, we just need more characters. We just need more health. We need more just damage. Defensively, actually, it does pretty fine. Funny enough, I think honestly, damage is probably what this team needs. Damage and HP, is what's missing on this team. Because like the clones, like take a look here. At the end of the day, they have free to play stats, 9,000 HP compared to, let's take a look at Texan Shenron, for example. This guy, 17,000 HP. Let's take a look here at STR and Mega Shenron. What is he at? 17,000 HP. Like we're running multiple of these LRs as well. Like this guy, 18,000 HP here. We're running Nova Shenron, another LR. This guy has 20,000 HP. Omega himself. Like if we compare Omega's HP to Rose's, I actually don't know the discrepancy between the two. Like does Rose maybe have more HP? Could 26,000? I think he has more, yeah, 25,000, but it's not that far off. It's not that far off at all. So that's the issue. Like those are kind of all the issues that we're seeing with this team right now. And I just kind of gave my ideas about what we could see for super bosses. And again, I did make this tweet here. Let's see some of the replies. I don't really think we're going to see too many like specific things, but they didn't give anything. They didn't make sure I had a team for once and overdid it. GT had more old EZAs. They needed more help in EZA, super EZA. Yeah, 500k HP team. I mean, the HP is a bit low. Super bosses is a shit team, even conceptually. It's just pretty much a Goku Black team. I mean, realistically, like they did give this guy the worst leader skill possible, man. I mean, even Realm of Gods, like we take a look at Realm of Gods, man, it has all those options, but then you could at least throw the LR Gods on the team. You could at least throw physical VB on the team. The blues you could throw on the team. Hey, if you, worst case scenario, you're that down bad, Blue Evolution Vegeta, this AGL Blue Cow Ken Goku slot 3, like he could provide 2-turn support. Like Brahma Gods could have been a much better option itself. That's the other issue. Like they're trying to make super bosses the team. Maybe this guy should have just led Future Saga. Like, he should have led Future Saga, for example. That would have also been helpful. A lot of those characters we brought up could have been good. Maybe even Worldwide Chaos could have been another good team. All those Zamasu and Goku Blacks are on this team. But then you get Omega Shenron on this team. You get Buon on this team. Tech Perfect Cell could be good in some situations. Like, especially with Omega, that would be awesome. Even though this team doesn't necessarily have a slot 1 character, you have more options for future EZAs that could be upcoming, or super EZAs. SDR Perfect Cell. Tech Fusions of Moss, we already talked about. Int Kid Boost Super EZA, whenever that happens, right? Tech Androids EZA could fit this team. Mod Junior one day will get an EZA. Like, I don't know. Infapu you could throw on this team. You could have thrown on, imagine Infapu on this team, like with an actual leader skill. That could be cool. Just because of the HP. It's harder to run Infapu on this team because the rest of the team is like the clones. And the HP is not there. But if you could actually supplement the team with other characters, like, you know, Fusions Zamasu, like, I thought, oh, my voice cracked so badly there. Fusions Zamasu, I thought was a good release, and he's still a good character, and he still helps super bosses in a good way. I just was wishing that he was a slot 1, and then maybe we could use this Zamasu more right here, who gives 10% reduction support. And even then, this is like Future Saga Extreme Class. Like, why doesn't he lead Future Saga? I don't know. This unit is kind of... It's really, really good, but the leader skill does not make sense. The leader skill does not make any sense. Like, that's where this unit has failed. It's just... This being by itself is such a terrible idea, and we don't know what's upcoming, but man, it's like the next time we could potentially get something for this character. I mean, if Tanabata is truly beginning of September, the earliest we could probably get something for this guy is like October. Like, yeah, man, it's I don't know. I'm throwing my hands up in the air. Anyways, just feel like talking about it. Probably change your random on the Blues future setup with their Mega setup, and we'll get super bosses later. I mean, yeah, I just think it's dumb because it's like these guys want to be ran on a full like Future Saga team as well. Like, they specifically are like Future Saga team, clones team. So why does he lead super bosses and not like Future Saga? Or maybe it again should have been Worldwide Chaos. Like, okay, Omega. Look, Omega has Worldwide Chaos in his leader skill, and it's cool. But it's only the 30%, or the 50%, my bad. New leader skills, right? Like, Goku Black could have just led Worldwide Chaos. And that would have been, like, twice as good. So. Anyways, I don't know why I call up my hands there. I'm done. Let me know what y'all are thinking. Yeah. Again, this was a topic that came up on the podcast earlier. I saw Iron Cane forgetting what Super Bosses was. Whatever. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.